Well, welcome back. If you have ever wanted to start investing, but you're on a tight budget or maybe a little young, you are in luck because financial professional Mark Triplett is here to talk about how to manage being a first-time investor. Thanks for being back with us, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so first-time investors, if we're young, we've never done it before, tell us, what is the first step to investing?
I'd say first thing, know that you don't need thousands of dollars to get started. A lot of young Iowans are starting out with a small contribution of $10 to $25 a month, and thanks to apps, investing apps and online platforms that have no minimums. So getting started is much easier than it used to be.
And so if you're young, you may think, like you said, you may think you need to make a big step, but how can it really benefit you in the long run if you start small now versus starting, later and being in a bind?
Sure, as a young Iowan, you have time on your side. Starting early and being consistent is key. Setting up that reoccurring contribution, even if it's a small amount on a regular basis, make it part of your spending plan. We talk about the spending plan, creating a budget, and make that part of your household. Is just that you're paying yourself first a little bit each month, and you have that going in automatically.
And how vital is it to have a budget and have some sort of, small investment to really boost you and kind of make you more comfortable in the future?
Well, I think everybody should have a spending plan. We make everybody, all of our clients, we require them to do a spending plan, and we revisit that every now and then. That just helps us understand what's coming into the household and what's going out of the household. We can have something that happens to us called lifestyle creep if we're not careful. As we progress in our careers, we make more money, we spend more money. And if we don't have something that's keeping us consistent on making some contributions for the future when we're not working anymore, we can get out of hand really quick, and you can wake up one day and be in your late 40s or 50s with nothing to show for it.
Right. Okay, maybe you're a young professional and you feel you're a few years behind. What would you tell them on just getting started? How do you kind of encourage people? I know you talk about starting young, but maybe you feel like, oh, I'm a little late at this game. How do you boost them to get started?
Well, frankly, that's generally the pattern.
Yeah.
Folks, they come out of school, or whether they go to college or not, and they start working, they make an income, then they maybe find somebody special and get married, get a house, and start a family. And then next thing you know, they're 30, 40 years old, and they really haven't been saving for the future. So start today. It's better than not starting at all. And then take advantage of your savings plans at work. If your work offers a 401k, do that. If not, you open an IRA or a Roth IRA. Just get started doing something and know that it doesn't have to be big, grandiose effort, just little things to get started.
You answer all my questions right away. I was gonna ask you, what are the things to do and to look out for? Okay, so just a general overall message about budgeting. I know we kind of talk about the things to do and the benefits of it, but how do you kind of get away from the stigma that budgeting can be scary or intimidating?
Sure, well, actually creating a spending plan we find is very liberating to the folks that have never done it before. All of a sudden they feel like they're in control rather than out of control, because they really are grasping where their dollars are coming from, their employment, money coming into the household, and they really now for the first time are getting to see where it's going, and they get to be in control of channeling it in the directions that are going to be most efficient for them and their family.
And you can start small even if it's as small as $10, right?
Absolutely, yeah. These investing apps are great. They allow you to do that. Being well diversified is easier than ever using index funds and exchange traded funds or ETFs because they allow built-in diversification at a very low cost.
I love it. All right, Mark, great advice right there as always. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.